Hey everybody, it's May 3rd, 2020, and this is a tour of my garden in Richmond, California. This is the herb bed with some thyme, oregano coming up, giant rosemary bush. Over here is some culinary bay, and this is the lettuce bed, which we rotate about once a month and can have lettuce all year round here, which is great. One of my favorite things about growing here. This is cilantro that's going to seed, but we've been getting cilantro out of it for months, which has been great. So we'll let this go to seed, the seeds will drop and it'll replant itself. So that's a dedicated area for that. It took about 2 years to establish, but it's really happy now. Here are some potatoes, which are basically doing the same thing. They come up twice a year on their own. This is a Santa Rosa plum we put in last year. It's already bearing fruit. These are the elderberry bushes, which are becoming enormous and covered in flowers. Those will be ready to harvest in about August. And they're really, really great. They're huge. Let me back up. You can see they grow all the way to the top of that greenhouse. And about a month ago, they were literally just sticks. So over here, we have some barrels with blueberries. Those are just about ripe. This is a pepino melon. These are strawberries and a mulberry that just went in. This is the tomatoes and a volunteer sunflower. We like to kind of work with stuff that comes in by itself and work around it. This bed has some leeks, some little eggplants, some little peppers, lots of poppies, which again they just sort of volunteer all over, and we dry them and shake them around the yard and they come back every year. Here are more tomatoes, some basil, Brussels sprouts, a big grapevine that is an Emeryville pink. You'll see a lot of these flowers. This is arugula. I planted that once about 8 years ago, and now it just comes up like a giant weed everywhere. And we eat it. It's good. Here are some cucumbers and squashes that just went in. There's Panda. Hi, Panda. That's the farm dog. On the upper deck, we have the greenhouse. This is 6 by 8. It's usually pretty full, but I've emptied it out because we're going to head out for a month to go on an Arizona adventure. I'm going to bring these plants with me and see how they grow there. Around the corner, we have our beehives. It's good to have them in an out-of-the-way place, so this upper weird deck area is kind of perfect. This one's empty. This one's really, really busy. And they have an excellent view of San Francisco through the fog. Alright, so back down here, we can go see the upper part of the yard. We have about a 6,000 square foot lot, and about 3,000 of it is what we have gardened out here. That heavy panting is Panda. She's very excited to follow me around. These are Indian blankets, flowers. Here's a bunch of citrus. There's 6 citrus trees in here. Meyer lemon, pink variegated lemon, a kumquat that doesn't produce here, lime, and a couple of small mandarin oranges that just went in recently. Here's a couple of avocado trees that have not yet produced, but we're hopeful. And then over here we have 8 fruit trees, 4 apple, 4 stone fruits. They are really heavily producing, and we follow the advice of a woman named Ann Ralph, who has a book called Grow a Little Fruit Tree, and I think she has a website too, but she has a technique of growing the fruit trees really close together, keeping them small, pruning them a specific way, and then you can get really good yield and fit a lot of trees in a small lot, which works perfectly for us here. So there are the apples. These are going to be producing, you can find some of these little babies. There's going to be a lot of apples on here in the fall, and then the stone fruits will be much sooner. These ones will be ready in about July, I think. There's 2 pluots, a nectarine, and an apricot. This is the potato patch. There's some horseradish coming up, but we just harvested about 20 pounds of potatoes out of this little bed here, which was really exciting. And over here are a lot of sort of medicinal flower type things that want to come up here. There's some echinacea, some calendula, various others, lots of California poppies. Here's the fig tree, huge fig tree, came with the house. It's pretty old. It's gonna be ripe pretty soon. And then compost. Back fence is some bamboo. And then this nice shady corner is the new home to our wasabi plant, which has been getting really big and really happy, and in about 18 months we should be able to harvest the stem of that. All right, well, that's the tour, and we'll take care.